Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Raw Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you all the wrestling action from Monday Night Raw, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode number 2118. It's 11 p.m., March 24th, 2025. Let's get going with this thing, man. I'm telling you. I want to give a shout out to Bofus and the Sofas, and they were good sports about the whole thing. Like Alex Putnam came in the live chat. He said, "Where's Joe Hendry? There's no Joe Hendry, man." So I do. Yeah, we didn't get Joe Hendry. Darn. For Jey Uso's tag team partner. But I do, and the Bofus never forget me. You know, they always roast me somehow. Gary comes up with some roasting idea. But, however, they gave me a couple of ideas. I'm going to talk about another top of the Shenanigans chart idea. I think restaurants, top favorite restaurants, fast food restaurants and all that. Maybe, I don't know, my favorite restaurants to eat at of all time. Past and present. You know, you never know. Past and present, you know, it is a very difficult, you know, very difficult list. So, also, I might be debuting 2 new segments in the future. One is called Eric Lima versus the World. Now, I've been thinking about wanting to do something like this. Now, it's not like I'm not going to I'm not there to expose anybody. All right, it's just a entertainment of pop culture, things of pop culture I don't like foods I don't like, or celebrities I can't stand, singers I can't stand, or songs I can't stand, or something like that. And I'm thinking about, and my first segment, topic on the segment of Eric Lima versus the World is why I don't like hamburgers or cheeseburgers. You'll hear explanation from me in the future about that when I do my new segment. So once I get the thumbnail up and intro, and we'll get going with that, it'll be a whole lot of fun. And trust me on this one, when I say this, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Hey, Eric Lima versus the Worldly Shenanigans, you know. Or pop culture shenanigans. Eric Lima versus pop culture shenanigans. I don't know. I'm coming up with something. It's going to be like Eric Lima versus the World, but it's going to be a little different. But I'll explain, like, things I'm not a fan of or anything like that. You know, there will be some subjects I will not touch, like politics, religion, friends and family. I'm not going to expose anybody, that type of deal. Just for fun, you know, for funsies. Things of pop culture like food, TV shows, movies, and all that. And speaking of movies, I'm thinking about doing another segment, because everybody likes to talk about movies nowadays. Everybody talks about movies. So, anyways, I'm going to be having I think one of the segments I'm going to debut soon, very soon, is Real Shenanigans on Film. Real Shenanigans on Film. It's REEL, Shenanigans on Film. That basically says it's about. I'm going to talk about movies I've seen in the past. I'm going to try to write down all the movies I have seen over the years in my past, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to check out journals. I'm hoping. I don't know if I had. I know I have some movie tickets, but I don't know if I have all the movie tickets. Because there were a lot of movies I've seen, and I want to make sure that I, collect them all. And I'm hoping to basically just I'm hoping, I have some movie ticket stubs, and I don't know if I've written down all the movies I've seen, and so that's something I'm going to think about when I do them. Okay, so be on the lookout for those episodes. When I get my thumbnails and intros and ready to go for those, and like I said, I'm trying to bring in new segments. I'm going to bring up an episode of Big Beefy East Boston Ballers be possibly Wednesday before opening day for the Red Sox. That will be March 27th when they go up against Texas Rangers. And it seems like, and I'll talk about the Bruins not being in the playoffs, the Celtics kind of struggling a little bit. And I'll see if I'm going to check the score right now for the Celtics before, okay, Celtics are winning by halftime. So, so there's that. So I am very, very excited about that. I'm trying to check the Celtics are in the league. So I'll talk about one of my thoughts on the Red Sox and what their chances are winning the AL East, and we will go from there. And I think so there's that. Also, as you know, starting tomorrow, we got final game plays of the month for the month of March 2025. Final game plays for the Trebek Twin Bill Tuesday, the T3 special, I like to call it. The final High Rollers gameplay of March 2025. Final Joker's Wild gameplay. Pressure Luck. Bullseye and Card Sharks. Final gameplays of those. Next Monday there'll be a final gameplay for Tic Tac Doe. March 31st. And then we're going to go into April, ladies and gentlemen. April. So kind of excited about that. So that's what's going to be up on the future for. As you know, I will be having a vacation in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks from today, technically. So in April. So I'm totally excited about that. No problem whatsoever. Let's do this. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. It ended like around 6:30 because it was a 4 o'clock start time because they were in Glasgow. So they're doing this European trip. I think for the next 3 weeks. Last week in Brussels it was 3 o'clock, and then it was 4 o'clock. Now next week it's going to be in London, England, the O2 Arena. It will be once again 3 o'clock. So John Cena was kicking out Monday Night Raw, addressing the Glasgow crowd, and he's still bitter against the fans and all that. Now he says he wants to ruin professional wrestling. I hate to say this, but John Cena has made a lot of enemies saying that. I mean, a lot of enemies. Former WWE colleagues and legends. I hate to say it, and that's what it is. I think John Cena wants to be the ultimate villain. Wow. Thank you, man. Gatorade's good. John Cena has, with that statement alone, John Cena has made a lot of enemies. But then again, John Cena's not the first one to ruin professional wrestling. To me, Vince McMahon ruined professional wrestling. And I think to me, also, Dave Meltzer ruined professional wrestling. When it's 5 stars, he thinks he's... so John Cena is the third stooge, the third idiot that wants to ruin professional wrestling. I want to ruin professional wrestling. You can't see me. Oh, John Cena. I should respect that boy. Not anymore. The way he said he wants to be mean, acting bitter and upset with kids and all that. That's what John Cena. Straight down the beam is you. And then Cody Rhodes interrupts him, and he dares Cena to take. Says, "You want to take the belt? Take it. You have to beat me for it." He's down, takes off his suit and shirt. He wanted to fight John Cena. And then John Cena walks away like a coward. Boo. You want to fight John Cena. John Cena's going to make a lot of enemies. He's like, I want to ruin professional wrestling. I'll tell you one thing right now, man. People in AEW, TNA, NWA, they ain't going to appreciate that. Friggin' New Japan, Triple A, CML. Would that statement alone unite every wrestling organization against John Cena? or against the WWE. I don't know. Imagine all of them start invading and start beating the crap out of John Cena. I would love to see. I want to see Maxwell Jacob Freeman trying to own John Cena. I want to see Jericho and Cena once again go at it. Come on. Yeah, Jericho went at it with a little kid. I want to see that little kid interact with Cena. I want to see that little kid flip off John Cena. I want to see that happen. I want to see, I'm going to take that title. I'm going to be a 17th champ. I'm going to erase Ric Flair's name. I don't want anybody mentioning Ric Flair. You freaking kidding me, Cena? Boy, I'll tell you one thing. I hope John Cena's face gets rearranged by Cody Rhodes. So, and then as Cena walks away, Rhodes calls him out, and then Cena kept on walking. You big baby. Cena is a big baby. Wham, wham, wham. And what's The Rock doing? Nothing about it. He's doing nothing. What's he doing? Oh, promoting the UFL. I'll tell you one thing. 15-yard flag on the play. 15-yard penalty for being such a total goofball, Rock. Know your road, jabroni. Sheepus. Man, John Cena. That's what I think of John Cena. See if I can get it out. I can't. Now I have to agree with Romy. I'm siding with Romy. I don't like John Cena. Goofball. John Cena is a clown. You can put a red wig and a red nose, and you can call him Homie. Homie don't play that. Lima don't play that either. That's it. That's the name of my new Eric Lima versus the World segment. Lima don't play that. I love it. I knew I would come up with something. Anyways, first matchup of the night was a tag team matchup. Tag team match. A-Town Down Under, a.k.a. A-Town Down Blunder, a.k.a. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, a.k.a. Beavis and Butthead, went up against Jimmy Uso and his partner. Jay Uso and his partner, Jimmy Uso. The Usos are back together, and it looks like they have not missed a beat, being back together in, 2 years, I've been told. And the Usos won with a one and done. And then Gunther decided to toss Jay Uso out of the ring. Him and Jimmy Uso out of the ring. Whoa. I'm still upset about the John Cena thing. And Gunther attacked Jay Uso. Both men brawl. And Gunther chases him out, gets him out of the ring. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are talking. Liv Morgan pep talking Rodriguez as she challenges Lyra Valkyrie for the women's Intercontinental title. And then Dominic Mysterio and Carlito show up, and they said, hey, they're worried about Balor. He says, who cares about Balor things? And he says, why aren't you trying to recruit Penta for the Judgment Day? Looks like I think that's what he was trying to do. Bayley was talking to Lyra Valkyrie, hyping her up before her matchup. And so Lyra Valkyrie walks out there for her title defense against Raquel Rodriguez. And then the debut of El Grande Americano. I started laughing when I saw this goof. Adam Pearce talking to Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, about El Grande Americano. And then Chad Gable came in and claims he is sick and not cleared to compete. He claims to have a cold. And so, in his place, so in attendance, Richard Gadd, who was an actor in Glasgow, Scotland, one of the most popular Scottish actors there. The women's Intercontinental title on the line, Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez. Valkyria, despite the fact that Liv Morgan tried to get involved, retains the title. And then Morgan and Rodriguez beat up Valkyria after the matchup. And then Bayley comes out to help out Valkyria. Does Bayley have design set on the women's Intercontinental title? She will try to accomplish that, and if she does, she becomes an official Grand Slammer. And we found out the Natural Disasters is the latest inductees to the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Fred Ottman, a.k.a. Typhoon, and the late great Earthquake, a.k.a. John Tenta, a.k.a. The Shark. He's in. And the Usos were talking about Jay's problems with Gunther, and Jimmy Uso was hyping up. Jimmy Uso was hyping up his brother Jay. Said, I want the Jay that I know, the right-hand man, the main event. I want that guy. So, to beat Gunther. So, He hypes him up, and then he sees Gunther. He says, "Hey, Gunther," and then Gunther. He challenged Gunther to a match next week. He's like, "Yeah, sure, it's a good idea." And he starts insulting Jay, and then Jimmy Uso smacked him. You hear the slap. I'm like, oh! He smacked Gunther. And he just looks at, and Gunther just looks at him and smiles. What? So that's happening. That match is happening next week. Meanwhile, Pierce addresses last week's contract signing, and he's trying to make it at Io Sky, and it was supposed to be Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley is not involved in the matchup. Io Sky goes, "I don't care. I'll take them both. I am the women's world champion." And Adam Pearce goes, "I appreciate your enthusiasm, Io Sky. I know you're a fighting champion, but..." And he's about to make another announcement. Then Bianca Belair interrupts him. That's right. I earned this shot, and then Rhea Ripley interrupts him, and then they're about to brawl. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair were about to brawl, and then all of a sudden, once again, the once again it was they started about the fight, and then as Io's about to jump in, Adam Pearce goes, "That's enough. Here's the deal. Here's what's going to happen. It'll be a rematch next week, and the winner will face Bianca Belair for the title at WrestleMania." And so all three women does brawl, but Bianca Belair stands tall with the belt. Dominic Mysterio was talking to Penta about recruiting him for Judgment Day, and she thinks about it. Meanwhile, the New Day was talking to Pierce, and they want a shot at the tag team titles against the War Raiders. And Adam Pearce says, "I'm not going to give you a shot. You can go now." And then Bianca Belair, he says, "What's that all about?" And he said, "Well, you're going to be right in the middle of it. You're going to call it down the middle. You're going to be special guest referee." So the rematch between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, Bianca Belair is going to be a special guest referee. I'm leaving it to Bianca Belair to screw up that matchup to set up the triple threat at Mania. Meanwhile, Dragon Lee went one-on-one with El Grande Americano, and I looked at this goof. I cannot stop laughing. He looked like a total dork. And during the matchup, he took off Dragon Lee's mask. Dragon Lee was hiding his head, and then all of a sudden he had no choice but to tap out to the ankle lock. Gee, if that's not Chad Gable, then I'm a total clown. It's Chad Gable. Come on, you guys can't be that stupid out there. They think, "Oh, that's not Chad Gable." Please, not Chad Gable in my eye. And CM Punk addresses the Glasgow crowd, and he was telling about how he created a Shield. He didn't want Roman Reigns to be part of it. He wanted Chris Hero, a.k.a. Cassius Ohno, to be part of the Shield. And he basically wants to beat them both at WrestleMania. Logan Paul calls out AJ Styles next week. That Beaver's looking butthead. Hope AJ Styles rearranges his face. And then Captain Kelly interviewed Braun Breaker before his Intercontinental title defense against Penta. It's going to be a heck of a matchup, and he doesn't seem too worried about the Judgment Day. And the title match was going on. Braun Breaker defenses against Penta. Carlito and Dominic Mysterio show up during the matchup, and then Dominic gets involved during the matchup. Breaker wins by disqualification, and then Finn Balor comes out with a chair, and then starts pounding away on Braun Breaker, and then Dominic Mysterio hands over the chair to Penta. Penta took it, and then all of a sudden he threw the chair back at Dominic Mysterio, hit him with a boot, and then and then Balor attacks Penta. Well, what can I say? All I know is John Cena wants to ruin wrestling. John Cena has made every enemy known to man. And believe me, every enemy in professional wrestling. This could ruin the WWE's chance of signing more wrestlers to the company. But I'll tell you one thing, John Cena. I hope Cody Rhodes beats you at WrestleMania. So that's it. That's all the time we have on the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. And like I said, tomorrow's episode, final High Rollers gameplay for the month of March as we go into April. So congratulations. March is almost over. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.